On the flip side is an experiment that I did to try to find out if my wedding ring is really made out of gold. So I did the same basic procedures that we've done in class. Here's what I did. I took my wedding ring and I weighed it, and then I put it in this hot boiling water, and I measured the temperature of this hot boiling water. And I have a calorimeter here. I'm putting in a small volume of room temperature water, just 10 milliliters, and reading the starting temperature. And then I'm taking my ring and I'm putting it in the hot water to exchange heat with the water that's in the calorimeter and measuring the ending temperature. I'm calculating the temperature change of the water inside the calorimeter and also the temperature change of the metal as it cooled off in the calorimeter to find out what is the specific heat capacity of the metal that's in the ring and to see whether or not it's really made of gold. So what you'll need to do is read carefully how the experiment was performed and what the data were that were collected, and use those data to fill in the data diagram so that then you can use those data to do the calculations and answer the question. Make sure when you're doing a calorimetry calculation that you're careful about which data that you use. So for example, the first calculation asks about how much heat the water in the calorimeter gains from the metal ring. So make sure that all of your data come from the water part of the experiment. The second part of the calculations asks about the metal. So make sure that your data are about the metal. And remember that the heat that the metal loses to the water is the same heat in both parts of the problem. So here you're calculating the heat that the water gained. It's the same heat down here that the metal lost. There's only one heat in the problem. You use it in both calculations. Here, when the heat is being gained, it's a positive number. But here, when it's being lost, it's a negative number. Here, the temperature change is positive because the water in the calorimeter warms up. Here, the temperature change is negative because the metal is cooling off. You'll get a positive answer here, and then when you do this calculation, you'll end up with also a positive number. And you want to compare it to what is the specific heat capacity of gold. If it's really a gold ring, then it's going to have a specific heat capacity that's a known value that you can compare.